हाउस की प्रोसीडिंग से मणिपुर की प्रजा खुदिमक्ता
The top news headlines. Prime Minister discusses COVID situation with chief ministers of 10 states. Global coronavirus infections pass 20 million. And Opposition leader Okram Ibobi blasts Chief Minister, Speaker. A very good afternoon and welcome to Times of Manipur News today at 1 p.m. This is MASACO Ningthojum giving you the latest news updates. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a virtual meeting with 10 chief ministers of 10 states to review the coronavirus situation. This is the 7th such interaction with chief ministers on the coronavirus crisis. The meeting comes after Unlock 3 or the third phase of lifting of coronavirus-related restrictions across the country began last month. The chief ministers of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Telangana, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and West Bengal attended the meeting which began at 11 this morning. The Prime Minister yesterday had a virtual meeting with chief ministers of 6 states, Assam, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Kerala to review the flood situation there. While Maharashtra has the highest number of COVID-19 cases, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh come second and third respectively.
इतनी जनसंख्या होने के बावजूद भारत में कोरोना संक्रमण उस जैसा विनाशकारी प्रभाव नहीं दिखा पाया जो दुनिया के और देशों में कोरोना ने आफत पैदा की है। दुनिया के बड़े बड़े एक्सपर्ट्स, हेल्थ के जानकार लॉकडाउन और भारत के लोगों द्वारा दिखाए गए अनुशासन की आज भारी चर्चा हो रही है। आज भारत में रिकवरी रेट 50% से ऊपर चला गया है। आज भारत दुनिया के उन देशों में अग्रणी है जहां कोरोना संक्रमित मरीजों का जीवन बच रहा है। कोरोना के इस संकट में अपने नुकसान को सीमित करते हुए आगे बढ़ सकता है। इसलिए मास्क या फेस कवर उस पर बहुत ज्यादा जोर देना अनिवार्य है, आवश्यक है। बिना मास्क या फेस कवर के घर से बाहर निकलने की अभी कल्पना करना भी सही नहीं है।
More than 20 million coronavirus cases have now been registered across the world, over half in the Americas, according to an AFP tally of official sources yesterday. At least 20 million cases and 7,33,842 deaths have now been reported as per media reports. More than 4 out of 10 coronavirus cases have been in the United States and Brazil, the two most affected countries in the world. While the US has logged 5 million cases and 1,63,282 deaths, Brazil has recorded over 3 million infections and 1,01,752 deaths. The pace of the pandemic appears to be stabilizing across the world, with an additional 1 million cases detected roughly every 4 days since mid-July. It took 94 days for 1 million infections to be registered after the announcement of the first official case in China. 86 days later, on 28 June, the 10 million barrier was broken. The number of known infections has since doubled in a month and a half. Latin America and the Caribbean, the hardest hit region with 56,01,470 cases and 2,21,281 deaths, continues to experience rapid spread, with 5,76,583 new infections reported in the last 7 days. It is followed by Asia, 4,95,663, Canada and the US, 3,79,017, Europe 1,53,879, Africa 89,644, Middle East 74,588, and Oceania 3,372. India reports single-day spike of 53,601 cases and 871 deaths in the last 24 hours, according to Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. With this, the COVID-19 tally rises to 22,68,676, including 6,39,929 active cases, 15,83,490 recovered, discharged or migrated, and 45,257 deaths. Stay tuned for more updates. 76 more people, including 36 security personnel, tested positive for COVID-19 in Arunachal Pradesh, bringing tally to 2,231. The total number of active cases stand at 636, according to media reports. Odisha reported 1,341 new COVID-19 cases and 1,236 recoveries. Total number of cases stands at 48,796 cases, including 15,427 active cases and 33,020 recoveries till date. Rajasthan reports 620 fresh COVID-19 cases and 10 deaths. The total case tally rises to 54,290. The death toll stands at 810. India has 28.21% active cases, 69.80% recovered, discharged or migrated, and 1.99% deaths. Manipur registered altogether 100 fresh coronavirus infections in the last 24 hours. Among them, 57 were from the general population and 43 from Central Armed Police Force (CAPF). The fresh cases were detected at different viral research and diagnostic laboratories (VRDLs) across the state. This takes the COVID-19 case tally in the state to 3,853. The COVID-19 Common Control Room said 78 individuals were discharged from various COVID care centers in Manipur in the last 24 hours after they tested negative for the virus. The number of active cases in the state now stands at 1,720, while the number of recoveries is 2,122. The state has so far reported 11 COVID-19 fatalities. Meanwhile, Manipur Congress MLA Mohammad Fazur Rahim has tested positive for COVID-19. The Wabagai MLA is the first legislator from Manipur to have tested COVID-19 positive. Notably, MLA Fazur Rahim returned to the state from New Delhi on August 8th and had been in self-quarantine since then at Hotel Imphal. Fazur did not attend the monsoon session of Manipur Legislative Assembly yesterday. Congress Legislator Party CLP leader Okram Ibobi accused Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren of establishing an authoritarian government. Briefing the press in Imphal yesterday, the former Chief Minister further said that the attitude of both the House leader and the Speaker was unbecoming, which was unacceptable to a democratic setup. Ibobi also expressed displeasure against the government for barring media from covering the one-day monsoon session of the State Assembly. The act was a blatant violation of freedom of press, he said. The CLP leader Ibobi questioned whether the government was concealing some agenda to keep the public in the dark. He added that in a democratic country, the ruling and opposition parties are akin to two faces of the same coin. Ibobi further accused the government of using force to pass the trust vote in the House. The crucial one-day monsoon session of Manipur Assembly was held yesterday.
Ado khoi arak bakhar du tara da oi bai manga da oi bai kun oi bai tranga da oi bai na khai sing na clearly khoi du su moi assembly proceedings da recorder le hu sunu adu moi gi machine du su adum recorder lak le ji sunu adu masi tauriba chathariba thong haiba tare masidi yamna manipuri oina yamna laibak thiba haiba tare khoi english ta harga murder of democracy Hujiki Paliba Sarkar in a Satariba Tongse. The Mayamnadi Amarom the Harga, opposition in a hiding eye later than Pai Hibani, Kalakana Hibani Company, Hibachui. Adubu Akoi Amanamus has one Tony, Amanamuk Tony, Amanam Tony. Adu Sigi system system Sataragadi, Manipurda, Sishu quite Maruiva, Assembly Hibse, Manipurgi, Prajasing, Nakuning with over, Tanning and with over. Asengba institution haibata representative singi sida khana nainaba aduga se louhiba warep singse masi akhoi yamna clear oina tohonningba adu nampu sapuda tauhiba sigumba budget session kuphamse budget kupham session kuphamji masi yamna laibak thiba haibata.
It's time for a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Downtown University, Jahi Mangan Biganu, Adongi Ichabu, Jahi Mangan Biganu. Northeast India's most placement-driven university ama oiriba, Assam Downtown University ki admission haujare. Pandemic asigi yenglaga online class su September amadigi haujaragani. Engineering, paramedical amadi allied course singda ming chanbininga singna Assam Downtown University admission office Babupara Bosem Imphal lerak talak piduna form lobiyu ming chanbiyu amadi tanabiyu. Saklon ama punsigi awanungai marakta sumhatnaba khonjelna miyambu mikup kharadang oirabasu pothanaba Tom TV na thamjari saklon amada saisakpe Rosie Haisnamga unaduna wari sanabagi thoram thasigi tang 15 thangja numitki numidang pung 3:45 taba matamda sungsoi soidana sandokjaragani miyamna aikhogi telephone number 7629943543 da phone tawbiraktuna apam bisai khanba amadi wahang hangbagi khudong saba adu lawbiyu.
Welcome back after the break. Nita Arambam, Deputy Commissioner of Bishnupur District, today declared Ngangkalawai near Lower Primary School under Moirang Police Station, Bishnupur District, a containment zone banning entry and exit of people initiating active surveillance of COVID-19 cases as per an order. The step has been taken following a resident of Ngangkalawai has tested COVID-19 positive. DC Nita Arambam warns that any person who violates the containment measures will be punished under Section 188 of Indian Penal Code 1860. Rongmei Naga Lu from Manipur, RNLM, today strongly condemned the death of 20-year-old Kanpatliu Kamei of Puichi district in Nonne village. Puichi village in Nonne district. The expectant mother died due to non-availability of doctors at 5 different hospitals in Imphal on August 6 last. RNLM President Chamdanliu Kamei said that the incident violated human rights. She added such indifferent attitude can only bring adversities to the society. Chamdanliu Kamei demanded the government to take stringent action against the hospital authorities who denied medical attention to Kanpatliu Kamei. All Manipur Rickshaw Drivers and Pullers Welfare Association has urged the Manipur government to immediately stop issuing inner line permit ILP passes to outsiders coming into the state, considering the current critical COVID-19 situation. The association in a press release today said that the COVID-19 positive cases in the state have risen at an alarming rate since the special Shramik trains began to bring in stranded Manipuris from other parts of the country to the state. The association also drew the attention of the state government towards the plight of all daily wage earners in the state during the ongoing lockdown and curfew. Iramdam Kanbalup IKL Uripok Khoisnam Lekai has endorsed the demand raised by the Meitei community in Assam for recognition of Manipuri as associate official language of Assam. IKAL in a press release maintained that the Meitei community in neighboring Assam has been contributing towards development of Assam. IKAL mentioned that Manipuri language was included in the 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution in 1992, and hence the Assam government must recognize Manipuri language as one of its official languages. Sainik School Imphal Old Boys Football Club SFC condoled the death of noted footballer L. Manitomba Singh of Manipur. An alumnus of Sainik School Old Boys Football Club, Manitomba was a former Indian team player who also played for Neroka Club. He was also the captain of Mohun Bagan and a part of the Manipuri team. It's time for another short commercial break. Do stay tuned for more updates.
Another feature single loinana lecture Dachan Ready Gold. Distinctive LED DRLS, 20-inch 32cm infotainment screen, smart drive auto, spacious cabin, flexible storage capacity, intuitive reverse parking assist camera, starting price 3 lakh. Booking kidamba ngasi maglengsin birau Island Nissan Kanchipur near Standard Robert Higher Secondary School.
Khanghanjaba Malem Sinba Thungna Sandorokliba COVID-19 Laichatna Maram Oiraga Ana Laying Sangda Khudong Chadaba Mayam Ama Mayok Naribase Kharadang Oirabasu Koknabagidamak Lamjingba Hospital and Medical Research Institute Private Limited na Chayol Khudingi Yumsa Kaisa Numitta appointment lauraba patient gi oina general surgery, obstetrics and gynecology amadi psychiatry gi OPD yengbagi khudong chaba leijaragani. Appointment laudaba singi oinadi khudong chaba si leijaroi. Mangzaunan appointment laubinabagidamak 8258967890 da contact tawiro. Khanghanjariba Dr. R.K. Kumarjit, Medical Superintendent, Lamjingba Hospital and Medical Research Institute Private Limited, RIMS Southgate near Kombirei, Keitel.
Welcome back after the break. Meghalaya is staring at yet another crisis amid COVID-19 pandemic. The state is facing shortage of doctors even as the number of COVID-19 cases is increasing at a rapid rate in the state, officials lamented. As per a media report, the state government had given advertisement for filling up the vacant posts of doctors, but very few turned up, sources said. There is a shortage of more than 100 doctors as per the present vacant posts. The health department could not even get 50 doctors to appoint on a contractual basis for tackling the COVID-19 situation, Health Services Director Aman War was quoted as saying. According to senior health department official, there are over 800 doctors in different government hospitals, community health centers, CHCs, and public health centers, PHCs, across the state, and all are working actively to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. The shortage is mainly due to the fact that many doctors are refusing to work in state government hospitals after completing their medical education, and many of them have paid the bond amount for not working in state government hospitals after completing their medical education in the state. The central government has told the Supreme Court that a special committee looking into the issue of internet restoration in Jammu and Kashmir is considering allowing 4G internet access on a trial basis in the Union Territory. As per media reports, the centre said that 4G access will be given in one district of Jammu and Kashmir and one in Kashmir. The easing will come into effect after August 15th. Centre says carefully calibrated easing of internet restrictions subject to strict monitoring in certain areas could be done on a trial basis in selected areas. However, it will not be in any area adjoining international border or the line of control. 4G internet restoration will only be done in areas that have low intensity of terrorist activities. And now let's take a look at the local newspaper headlines.
The Shanghai Express. Bahrain government wins confidence motion by voice vote. Naga peace talks to conclude by September. 32 new COVID-19 positive cases detected at Thangmeiban. Another woman dies, sans medical help. The People's Chronicle. Naga peace talks to conclude by September. Government had already rejected a demand for a separate flag and constitution of Nagaland, but the NSCN-IM was still insisting on discussing these issues. And Bahrain government wins trust vote. Ibobi furious. 6 Congress MLAs resign. Fazul Rahim first MLA to test positive for COVID-19. COP joins duty sans test results found positive. Local spread in 14 districts. Imphal Free Press. BJP wins trust motion through voice vote. 8 opposition MLAs missing in action. Another woman dies after hospitals allegedly deny medical service. First settle NSCN-IM's heinous crimes upon cookies before final agreement, says Cookie NP Manipur. Churachandpur District Hospital signs MOU on death of infant. No entry of non-locals in Thangmeiban areas.
And now, before we wrap up, the top news headlines once again. Prime Minister discusses COVID situation with Chief Ministers of 10 states. Global coronavirus infections pass 20 million. And opposition leader Okram Ibobi blasts Chief Minister, Speaker. That's all for the news today at 1 p.m. Thank you for watching.
Saklon ama